Learning strategies and second language learning. Now, let's think about these strategies in relation to the learning of the second language. So remember that learning strategies that we talked about are definitely complex procedures, and these are the complex procedures that are applied to a task. Now, if we say that the learning strategies themselves are a complex procedure, then that would mean they also need to be taught in specific ways. So, gradually over time, though, however, they might become procedural knowledge. And you know, when we say procedural knowledge, we mean that over the time, by application and reapplication, these strategies might move into long-term memory and become so automatized that the learners might not even think of the strategies they are applying. So it will be conscious in the early stages as the learners try to apply one strategy and the other, trying to see which one or which set helps them more or less. But gradually it can become subconscious. So this also means that it will be learned in the same way as any other complex skill, like second language itself. So if we say that learning strategies are a complex set of procedures, then that means to learn those learning strategies also is a complex task, and it should follow the same procedures. We are also saying that if these are learned consciously at first, that means they will compete for some space in your working memory. So remember, we said that when a child learns rules or explicit rules in the beginning, which we call declarative knowledge, he or she uses the working memory or the short-term memory and consciously does things. And gradually whatever the skill has been learned, it moves into the long-term memory and becomes proceduralized. However, in the beginning, it means that if second language is being learned and simultaneously language learning strategies are being taught, both of these will compete for the working space in the child's mind. Having said that learning strategies are a complex set of strategies, this would mean, according to Anderson's model, that they would also follow the same stages, from cognitive to associative to autonomous stage. So they will be learned cognitively, paying attention, controlled thought, moved on to associative, when the child will try to apply what he or she has learned as a strategy to the actual task, and gradually by application and reapplication, it will become autonomous, or it will almost automatically be applied without the learner actually thinking that he or she is doing it. So the second language learner would benefit from being taught learning strategies. However, if they are not taught first, then it makes the task of second language learning even more complex, because then they are learning two complex skills at the same time. However, here is the problem. The problem is that teaching of strategies itself may involve a lot of time. And the problem, if you think of this in your own classroom situations, you will realize that there is hardly time for you to cover the aspects of second language teaching that you have to do as a part of your syllabus And then on top of it, you are also burdening the child with the learning of the strategies. So it means two kinds of pressures on the teacher for teaching and for the child to learn two different complex skills at the same time. So that is a problem. Another problem is that the same strategies might or might not work for everyone. There have been studies where learning strategies have been found to help in certain aspects of second language learning. However, we need some long-term studies to see their effect.